It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the jump.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
This is Howard on second down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Back to throw now on first down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Trying the right side with Howard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Go street. 19 tight. 19 tight.
A give to Howard up the gut. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They go with Howard again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on third down.
They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. This is Howard on the toss right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 3rd down, Trent, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. They keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Fields throw taken in by Ridley here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Bengals hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. From the gun, here's Fields. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air one out. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Mixing up the middle. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 25. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw is Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. The play after through the raindrops, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They begin with a run by Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Frazier.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, that when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
18, 5 years. Cut 19, cut 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
back to throw again. Completes it again to Dobbs. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, they go with Adams.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
McCann's kick up and good. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Fields. Oh, he rifles one. It's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Cougar 19.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and 16. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Ready.
2nd and long. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Maverick. 60 Maverick. Mustang 19.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
McCann's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Fields now to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Taken down at the 42. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Mixon with a first down carry. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Fields. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he's got it down to the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 23.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
19, Tiger, 19, trap 60, trap 60. 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down, Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. They complete it to Hill. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's go now.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. A run up the middle. Adams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
On fourth down, it's Howard. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Reload, reload.
They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First target, first catch, and a first down. On first and goal, Howard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
Dragon 60. Viking 18.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
The Bengals drive about to get going. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Off play action, Fields. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. And McPherson on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen. What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Come on.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Cowboy 80. 13, right here.
In motion, Hill. Back to throw here. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now.
60 boxes, 60 boxes. Hurt. Alert, alert. Cut my team, cut my team. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the 1st down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball bounce free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Back to 80. Back to 60. Back to 60.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. In motion, Hill. On 1st down, this is Adams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Hurt. Right there, hurt. Got look.
Here's 2nd and 8. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Hey, smash Broncos!
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And a short gain here, down to the 22. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. He'll drop to throw. For Kidder here, it's complete. He's got the first down and more than that. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs. If they think the air is the best place to do it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. His 4th rushing touchdown on the campaign, number 7 overall. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean foot. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And put an extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He leaves this one for Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across.